Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Exposing the Narcissist. Today I will be sharing a few ways narcissists like to make up when they have done wrong. The term make up refers to reconciling with someone or ending a disagreement. And when it comes to dealing with narcissists, there tends to be a lot of this going on, as they do a really good job at screwing things up and hurting people. They know when they have caused pain and disappointment, but they do not want to admit it or take responsibility for their bad actions. And therefore, your chance of getting an apology is next to nothing. But narcissists have their own way to iron out situations without even having to address the actual issue. And today I will be going through 3 tactics they use. Because when a narcissist does wrong, where they can't put the blame on anyone else, they would prefer not to hear about it ever again. Their desire is that you forget and never bring it up ever again. And as I discussed last week in this video, the narcissist does not want to hear the truth, the awful truth about them and their imperfections. So in their minds, you will be doing them and yourself a favor by pretending it never happened. Narcissists rely on a few things to help their makeup or reconciliation session go as they would like it. And their favorite one is to give you time. This is a tactic that can be used by all narcissists, whether it is a narcissist in the family, friendship, work, or romantic relationship. The idea is that when the narcissist knows they have upset you, in an attempt to not apologize or address the issue, they give you your space. So that may include going silent or avoiding you for some time, so that when you come together again, bringing up a past issue would seem very unreasonable. So they would greet you with all smiles, maybe even bearing gifts and acting like there was never any bad blood between the both of you. The narcissist is hoping that you play along and that you are receptive to their charm, but above all, that you are open to continuing the relationship as if nothing bad happened, or to give the relationship another shot by forgetting everything that ever was and to start anew. The problem is there is nothing new about the narcissists. They are still up to their old tricks, but they try to make people believe that you can start fresh with them and things will be better. Also, if you insist on talking about what they did, the narcissist will accuse you of being negative and stuck in the past. They would actually try to convince you that you are a bad person for wanting to bring up the past, and that you need to move forward and focus on the present. As I always say, narcissists have double standards. They are not prepared to give closure or apologies when they are the ones in the wrong. But if the tables were turned and you were the one in the wrong, they would be happy to spend hours talking about it and beating you down with guilt to see you break and make you commit to all sorts in order to make it up to them. This is why we cannot tolerate their hypocrisy. We should not tolerate their double standards. But back to the issue of time. The narcissist is hoping that the time they give you will be enough for you to get over what they have done and for you to just carry on without them having to apologize or take accountability for anything specific. A second tactic is where the narcissist will just listen to you and appear to be in agreement with what you are saying in an attempt to get it over with. Some narcissists use this tactic to make them seem like they do care and are attentive to what you have to say, but it is all an act. The narcissist does this to appease the other person and even nod in agreement to take ownership. But the narcissist has not and will not ever accept blame. The narcissist does not think they have done wrong. The narcissist just wants you to think they've taken responsibility when they haven't. They may even offer a blanket apology, meaning they're not apologizing for anything specific. They like to say, whatever it is I have done, etc. By saying whatever, they are not accepting blame for anything in particular. This is something I went into in this video, as some narcissists look for any way they can to appear reasonable without actually taking responsibility for anything. The final tactic that narcissists like to use to make up on their terms is seduction. Instead of talking things out, the narcissist thinks having sex will improve the situation. With intimacy, the narcissist is looking to manipulate your emotions and use it to convince you to let go of whatever hurt they had caused. But the truth is, the narcissist feigns intimacy on all levels, and being sexual with them only weakens your resolve and contaminates your spirit. Both the male and female narcissists use intimacy to convince their targets that they are sorry and just want to be close to them, but in fact, it is only a diversion from the real issue at hand. The aim of the narcissist in the different scenarios provided is to actually not talk about what they did wrong. They just want to kiss and make up without having to address the matter at hand. They also think by speaking generally about it and making empty promises to do better should suffice. Admitting fault is not something that comes easy for narcissists, and in their minds, they should not have to apologize for anything. The ideal making up for a narcissist is for the other party to pretend as if the narcissist has never done and can do no wrong. But here on this channel, we are all about smashing those delusions and hitting the narcissist with the truth. Have I missed any makeup tactics of the narcissist? If so, please let me know in the comments section below. Also, feel free to share your thoughts on today's episode. As always, many thanks for listening.